Let me introduce myself, world. My name is Monica Cherie Ville. I'm a human being, or at least I once was. But I've often been frustrated with how I can reach the world. With technology all around me, you'd think I'd have been done that, right? Haven't, though. For my own personal fears, and we'll discuss that later in the video series. Today, though, we're going to discuss ego and pride. Our pride and our ego are the two things that are our biggest obstacles to every dream we have ever had. I know this sounds crazy to a lot of you, but let me explain. See, pride and ego is the thing that lives in our mind, which is the most ficklest part of our body next to our bellies. We can do and say what we want, but our mind will go in whatever direction it feels in that moment. In my growth and in my personal understanding, I learned about pride and ego firsthand. I'm not a perfect person, so believe you me, I've made lots of mistakes. But I'm a person who has become awakened, and I feel that my calling is to awaken as many people as possible. And this is new for me, and this is an adventure for me, and a challenge that I am now taking on with full responsibility. So, pride and ego. When we think about life and we think about the one thing that matters to us all, more than money, more than clothes, and everything else, is love. The moment for me when I realized that pride and ego was bigger than love was when that became prevalent in my life. You see, I made decisions in my life because pride and ego made them feel good. There's many of you who will watch this video who have been in a situation where you have been in love with someone. You have given your all to this person and you have shared with this person, and of course you guys had ups and downs. Life's not perfect. But your heart, your soul, your being, your mind, everything is connected to this person. You've broken up, you've moved on, and of course you've seen lots of people. That's how players are born. And we wonder in our hearts so often, what would things be like if I could just go back to this person? Yes, we love the person we're with, and yes, those emotions are genuine. But those emotions in some way are a void filling substance that allows us to escape the reality of our heart. And the way that this happens is because our pride and ego kicked in. They don't deserve me. I did everything. I gave everything and it wasn't good enough. This is what's wrong with black families. Because we have this thing of how we're seen by the outside world. What my girlfriends think of me. What my boyfriends think of me. What is my family going to think of me? And so pride and ego becomes our replacement for our heart's greatest feelings. The things that will satisfy us and bring us happiness beyond our beliefs. So yes, we walk around and we say fairy tales don't happen. There's no such thing as real love, because if that was the case, I would be with so-and-so, and this would be happening, and that would be happening. But that's because we have expectations of humans, which is again developed from pride and ego, how things should go, how they would go, and what we would like to see happen. But the solution to this is pretty simple. In divorcing pride and ego, pushing it aside, no longer allowing it to live in our lives and control us. And you can apply this to every relationship, be it your parents who you feel neglected you. They were on drugs and alcohol, and so the love that you expected to feel was not there. And so pride and ego kicks in and you're bitter. It could be with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, or your wife. You have an expectation that once this relationship is built and this commitment is made, everything should fall in line, and it doesn't. And so we walk away, we split off, but our hearts remain connected. Our children, as parents, trust me, I know, we are opening ourselves up consistently to be broken down by our children because we have expectations of their behavior and their plights and their flights. And it's pride and ego that steps in all these situations that block God out of them. It's in our heart and in our spirit that God lives. It's in our mind that the human part of us exists. That thing that says, I'm sick of this, I'm done with this, I'm bored with this makes no sense, and I'm over it. But when you find yourself 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 20, 30, 40 years down the line, connected to this person and wondering and hoping and praying that things can come together, there's one way to make that happen. It's divorce your pride. Kick out your ego. And say the things that are in your heart. Because when we don't live in our hearts, people, we live in a state of what if. And what if is equivalent to having an imaginary friend. And that sounds ridiculous for us as adults. And as we go through life, this makes no sense because we gave away our imaginary friends when we were 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And those things became our pride and ego. It's time to move forward as people. Give up your pride. Give up your ego. Divorce what you were so you can finally become who you're meant to be. Tap into your happiness by not impressing your friends, not impressing your ego, not impressing your pride, by giving yourself the freedom and the responsibility to break free from pride and ego. A mantra that has helped me with this is ego. E-G-O. Easing God out. Everywhere that our ego is existent, our pride has taken over, and God does not have a space and place there. So it's not that God's not listening. It's that we're just too busy with our own agendas and our human selves trying to be what we expect. Let go of your pride and ego. Follow your heart, because that's where the truest happiness lives, belongs, and will ignite in you. Peace and wellness to you, my people. Thanks for watching.